Video by Sean Willard, Unit 203312, Grand River Ave, Brantford, Ontario. Building owner, Paul Magna, Magna Property Management. Owns multiple buildings throughout Ontario as far as I know. Okay, anyways, so I'm doing this video documentation just to show a lot of the work that I had done myself before I had even moved into this unit, just to take 100% preventative measures towards pests. I was told up front by Judy Hayward, I believe was her last name, was the original superintendent, building manager, live-in building manager that rented me the unit. Very nice lady. When her and Dan were the superintendents, you would call them within 24 hours to 48 hours tops. They would be here to fix what you were requesting every single time. The new superintendent, Ian Mason, and his wife, not even close to the same. They're not live-in superintendents, building managers, but they do not answer calls back when you make requests, even if they're important requests, unless it has to do with a pipe being burst and something that's going to damage a bunch of other units. Basically something like that, or heat, if the heat's not working. That's pretty much the only thing that they really deal with, and cutting the grass. Other than that, they're not really here doing too much as far as I see. I requested for big holes that their plumbers pounded underneath my bathroom sink. For 4 months, I requested for them to come back and fix it, with everybody in this building, including Ian Mason, the owner, Paul Magna, all fully knowing that this building is infested with cockroaches like crazy. So I put in over $2,000 of my own money into material. That is not counting the whole. It took me 10 and a half days in here, and I do this stuff for a living: drywall, taping, plastering, and painting. Okay, sealing places up, taking old yucky houses and making them look brand new. I'm not a drywall taper, I'm a plasterman. So now I've been doing this since I was 13 years old. I'm 38 years old now. I know exactly what I'm doing. I'm currently doing it part-time because I am on disability. I had some issues, and then I had a child, and now I'm being a father, single father, and I'm just trying to make the best life as I can for my daughter. And we moved into this place because it was the only affordable place I could find on a disability income at the time. We just moved here from Vancouver, BC to Brantford, Ontario. We were staying at mom and dad's, and we had to get out of there. We had to get our own place. So I took this place because it was cheap, and it afforded me to be able to buy my own materials and seal it up and paint it up and clean it up the way that I would like it to be, safe and healthy for my daughter. So anyways, I spent the whole month cleaning. My mom was here cleaning with me every single day that I was working, plastering walls, taping and filling cracks that were left in the walls. I cleaned everything right up with plaster. I primed everything, ceilings included, all the walls included, all the new trims that they had put in, the superintendents or whoever the contractors were working for the superintendent, the owner of the building, before we moved in. The trims were all put in, but they were not completed. They'd never caulked the top or sealed the bottom. They never bothered to try and make sure that the trims were nice and perfectly tight on the bottom, which is something that you do to take as a preventative measure to stop bugs from getting in there to live and nest. So anybody that does that professionally would know this, but I don't expect them to be professionals, but I would expect them to put a little bit of care in and at least seal it up, being as they already know that these places are infested. Let's try to keep them as not infested as possible. All this was wide open. There was a big nest inside of here, so I cleaned it all out, sucked it all out with a vacuum, and then I spray foamed everything and sealed it tight. I haven't had no issues myself with bugs in here since then, not until the plumbers pounded big holes underneath my bathroom sink for no reason too. They were looking for the shutoff switch, which turns out that it was down the hall. All they had to do was go and ask the superintendent first. So this is all what I had done. I had caulked all around here. As you can see, it's completely sealed. There is nowhere for bugs to live. I mean, I laid down inside this thing. I got behind here with the caulking gun. I probably used about 6 or 7 tubes of caulking inside here. I went through 4 cans of spray foam throughout the whole unit. I went through 2 full cases of DAP caulking. Now that's cracked, but that's just the paint cracked because the paint was so thick over top of it. So it's still all filled with caulking, right? So you can see like all of this up here. It was all just big gap and spots for bugs to nest. So I had filled everything with caulking. So I'm just doing this video to show the extent of the actual extent of the amount of work that I did do into this unit in order just to keep pests out, you know. And then all I would hope for, there's a cucaracha right there that's gotten in from somewhere else, so let's kill it. You know, I used to be scared of these freaking things. I used to be too scared to touch them with my hand. Now I'm like, what the hell? They're freaking everywhere now. Ever since those plumbers left 2 big holes underneath my bathroom sink, big gap there that I filled right up with spray foam, you know, totally sealed everything. Okay, now can you imagine spending 3 days straight laying down here on your back, caulking all up in there, and then hunched over where I am right now, caulking all in here, caulking, and then doing the same thing, priming it and painting it for 3 more days. I spent 6 days in total on all these cupboards. So that's what I mean. I'm trying to really show the extent of the amount of work that I did myself to make sure that I would not get bugs. And I hadn't had no bugs until those darn plumbers came and just left big holes. So you can see I sealed everything, and these cupboards were like a dirty ass gross brown. They didn't do a very nice cleaning job. The lady that had lived here before me, I guess, passed away. Nobody knew for like 2 weeks. She had food in the cupboards that didn't belong in the cupboards, and it should have been in the fridge, and it was all rotted, and you know, all they did was sweep it out basically. So I cleaned everything up. Like, this is what I'm trying to show, is the actual extent of what I've put into this place. All of this, all caulked. It was all big, huge gaps, anywhere from that big to like that big, 1/4 inch to a 1/2 inch. Okay, every single cupboard I did that with. So I'm just really doing this video to, if I need to, you know, take any further steps, go to court. I don't want to do that. I just want the landlord to start doing some mandatory spraying, so that way when people like me, you know, I know I've talked to quite a few people in this building, and a lot of them are like me, where they've moved into their house and they've done whatever they could to take preventative measures. You see all the trim is tightly sealed, top and bottom. I did all that. It was not like that before I moved in. Now this closet here, because it's right by the front door where the cockroaches were coming in like crazy, which I'm taking my now second preventative measure, where I've cut industrial garbage bags into strips, which is, you can refer to the last video anyways on that. I've showed exactly what I did. Cut industrial garbage bags into strips, and then I caulked the very inside with silicone caulking like the size of my thumb, the thickness of my thumb all the way around, top and bottom. Okay, and I'm going to leave the strips of bag over top of it for a few days till it dries and cures 100%, where it's not sticky anymore. And then I can cut it back a 1/2 inch from each side of the caulking. It won't look so ugly, but now I can open and close my door, and it's actually going to be airtight sealed. So that'll keep the bugs out. I've already noticed a difference since doing it last night. Like up here, it got so infested. I had some tools up here now that I've had to throw out. There was a drill, a mixing drill that I use for drywall mixing, and there was also a router, a drywall router. That's all cockroach like nesting poop and dead bugs, dead eggs and stuff, poop, you know, like that's disgusting. And that was only within like not even a month, okay, that I had that stuff up there. So, and you wouldn't expect that they would get into stuff like that. There was no food up there. There was nothing like that. You know, I do my regular house cleaning two times a week generally. I sweep and I wash the floors. My house is a disgusting mess right now because I'm literally just unboxing everything up right now. I'm trying to get everything boxed up, bagged up. That's all my laundry I got to do, you know, just regular laundry for us to get through this. But any other clothes that we don't generally use, it's all going away. Like, seriously, this is absolutely insane what's going on. This same thing in this room. I caulked and sealed everything. The bathroom, sorry, it's such a disgusting mess. Now, under here, the plumber pounded a big hole here. You can refer to one of the last videos. I think the first one, big hole here for no reason, looking for the shut off. And it was just a kid, and he just literally whacked it with a hammer. He's lucky there was no pipes back there. Anyways, so it took me 6 phone calls with no resolve, 2 phone calls back, 6 phone calls from me to the superintendent, begging them to come fix this, crying that my house is becoming infested because of these holes that your plumbers left and they never came back to fix, which I thought they were going to. And this went on for 4 months. And then finally, a week ago, what's the date now? It's May 30th right now. So a week ago, well, not even a week ago, 3 days ago. So it would have been like May 26th or something. I caught him out back cutting the grass. So after he was done and I seen him going to the building, I actually went and creeped up on him. And I said, hey, man, so how about can you guys get up there possibly now that you're here working and, get that done? I've been asking you so many times, and my house is absolutely infested. I come into the washroom in the morning ever since those holes were there, and I'm literally like doing a freaking stomp dance just to get to the toilet. I lift the toilet. I'm pushing cockroaches into the freaking toilet bowl so I can flush them down the toilet. And it was never like that before those holes were there and left there by the plumbers. And also the superintendents are also responsible as far as I'm concerned, because like I said, I called them 6 times requesting them to do that, and they only called me back twice, and all they said was, yeah, we'll be there in about a week, we're really busy right now. I was completely polite. I was like, okay, if that's the best you can do, just please make sure you do show up, because my daughter's toys are getting cockroaches in them, her stuffies are getting cockroaches in them, our bed's gonna get cockroaches in it. Like, seriously, come on, please. I didn't say it like that, but I was just like, our house is getting infested, so please just make sure you show up, you know what I mean? But oh my god, I'm so stressed out right now. I already deal with anxiety. That's what I'm on disability for mainly. I've been dealing with it really good, considering that we have had a few bugs. But the other day, I pulled up my bed to do some spring cleaning and move furniture around and change the way like our house looks, And I discovered a big nest of bed bugs underneath my mattress. And at that point, my brain has kind of snapped now, because this is just disgusting. And the only reason why is, for me, because of all the work that I did sealing my house, I was fine for the first 1.5 years out of 2 years of living here now. I didn't have no bugs. Sometimes I would catch one when I opened the door, right? Well, every time I would open the door, and on the way out, I would just always be looking around my whole door jamb and watching the floor, make sure if there's any bugs, I stomp on them, right? And if they would land on my house, kill them right away, close my door really quick, get out there. And as soon as my door was closed, it was fine. They weren't coming in, but they were out there trying to get in. And you can refer to my recent videos. I've got videos of all around my door jamb of all of the cockroaches. It's absolutely disgusting. And it's not coming from my house trying to get out. They're trying to get in, and they're getting squished as I shut the door really quick. Okay, that's how bad they are. And there's at least 15 to 20 all the way around the outside part of my door. All right, so this is absolutely disgusting. I'm really hoping that something gets done about this. And if I do end up going to court, here is a little bit more documentation for the judge, and for the lawyers. So I hate having to do this. I don't want to cause problems. I'm not a problem maker, but I will not live like this. And I don't expect that any of the people in this building should be expected to live like this. And it's all ultimately up to the building owner, whom also owns his own spraying company, which he started in order to spray his own buildings, which anybody with their right mind and common sense would assume that he would have done that to keep the bugs down. So lots of work. And then there's the same thing, like all of the radiators too. All of these radiators, they were all black and just gross. There was bug nests inside of them. We scraped them all out. Me and my mother spent the whole week cleaning those. You can see them, they're spotless now. And then I bought high temperature white paint, especially for this. And I spray painted them. So now they're all white, and you can see if there's anything that gets inside them. And where it connects to the next building, I spray foamed all around it to seal it up and keep all of the bugs out. And it's just, it worked. Everything that I did worked the first 1.5 years. There's no way that you can say it didn't work, because the first 1.5 years we had no bugs. Since the plumbers pounding the holes down there, our house is infested. And recently, I'd say like the past 2 to 3 months, the bugs getting in the door, trying to come in the door, has gotten to be about tenfold, 10 times worse than what it was before that. Before that, it used to be like one or two bugs every couple days I would find trying to get in. And now it's every time I open the door, there's three, four, five, six. Like, it's absolutely insane. Is somebody like spraying food smell around the outside of my door or something? Maybe that's what they're trying. I don't understand this. Like, I'm just joking about that, right? I'm not crazy, but this is driving me crazy though. Okay, that's why I need this dealt with. And I'm sure there's a lot of other people living in this building that feel the same way and that also have kids too. So, and there's a lot of old people in this building. There's a lot of elderly people with disability issues. And with what I'm going through, just to try to keep the bugs down because they're coming in so much from the outside, the hallway, with what I'm going through physically running around and doing, to keep the bugs down, cleaning and like bagging all this stuff up and doing all this, I can only imagine what an elderly person that's walking around with a cane or a walker would be going through right now. And they're just getting eaten alive. There's nothing they can do about it. So they're basically helpless unless somebody's there to help them. And then even then, why should anybody else's life be inconvenienced because somebody else gets bed bugs? So this is the owner's responsibility. The owner of this building, he collects rent from us every single month, and we all pay on time. So there's no reason for him not to do a little bit of upkeep and take preventative measures. And I'm pretty sure everybody in this building assumes that that's why he got his own bug spraying license, was so he could do that. And we haven't seen it done. All right. I hope this was pleasing to the court. Sorry I went on for so long. I just really want to let people know what people like myself living in a situation like this are going through.